practices that I have as a pastor in my parishes is that I try to visit newborn babies on the very first day. I let the parents know ahead of time that I would like to come. And then if they invite me, I go, I hold the babies in my hands, in my arms. I bless them with holy water, and along with their parents, consecrate the babies to the Lord. Just the other day, I was at the hospital to visit a day-old baby. And I held the baby in my hands. She had just finished eating, so I held her up straight so the baby could burp. At this moment, this baby was totally helpless, totally vulnerable. Its eyes were still closed. And its fingers were so tiny. And with those tiny fingers, she gripped my little finger and she held it tight. When I looked, actually this baby had puked all over my freshly cleaned black sweater. And then I could feel in my hands the baby pooping limitlessly. Gosh, it was loud and it stunk. But think about it, little babies. This little baby at this point was totally in my hands. Friends, and this is precisely how God approaches humanity at Christmas time. At Christmas, God places God's little baby, Jesus, into human hands. Him, through whom everything was created. God Himself is now placed in our human hands. And God comes to us as a baby because God wanted to come to the human race in the most non-threatening, gentle, humble, simple, tender, and honest way possible. The thing we must remember is, even though God placed this tiny baby into our human hands, in reality, it is God who is holding us in God's heart. And this is the paradox of Christmas. That even though it's we who hold the baby, really, it's God who is holding us. This is the paradox of Christmas. But just as we love this little child, that God loves us. And so my prayer for each one of us is that just as God placed God's tiny baby, little baby, into our hands, that we will in the same way place ourselves into God's hands in the most humble, simple, tender, and honest way. Until then, it's not Christmas. I wish you all a very blessed and peace-filled Christmas.